Everything in your life is being taken care of for you. So what is there left for you to do? Give me some ideas. What is there left for you to do?
Wake up.
Wake up. What was the other one?
Be there.
Be there, right. Yeah, waking up, being there. It's the same thing. Two different ways.
Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life. That's right. You're not here to suffer. You're not here to think about stuff all the time. You're here to be there. You're here to wake up. You're here to enjoy what's going on. Because, you see, a lot of the stuff that gets in the way is our conditioning and our attachment to mass consciousness, what they think, what mass consciousness thinks has to happen in order for you to be successful in your life. Most people think they have to achieve things, and they're always trying to achieve things. And by always trying to achieve things, they never really achieve anything. I mean, sure, they'll maybe get more money or whatever else, but once you have all the money you want, once you have the relationships you want, most people still aren't going to be happy. They're still going to want more. And the more is simply just being there in what's going on. So try that. When you're meditating, just when thoughts come up, when you think about things, when you get stressed about things, just take a moment and say, well, God's taking care of that. He's always taken care of everything. I mean, hasn't he? Is there anything God has not taken care of? No, he's taken care of it all. Good stuff, bad stuff, whatever it is. He's taken care of it. So you don't have to worry about creating bad stuff. You don't have to worry about creating good stuff. You just have to be there. And when you can just be there, then all these waves, the first chapter, not first chapter, but the first sutra here, yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. Samadhi is experienced when fluctuations and changes in the meditator's awareness are restrained and pacified. Those things they smooth out, and you're just there. And when you can just be there, that's it. And that's the tricky part of all this, is right now, what you're experiencing, this is it. Like, there's nothing else, but you want there to be something else. There's expectations. When you meditate, how many of you think that when you meditate every time you should be like, oh, wow, that was great, I experienced blissfulness and samadhi and spaced out and experienced oneness with everything. How many of you think that's supposed to happen? Well, it will happen. I mean, it will happen, but that's not the point, because that's just an experience too. And you see, if you're trying to experience that, you're missing it, because it's here right now. Get it? Well, anyway. All right. I keep thinking I want to write a book on that. This is it. But that would be it. It's not much of a book. All right. So, that said, let God take care of your life, or Guru Goddess, or however you think of the divine. Let it just be taken care of for you. And once it's taken care of for you, in that process, God might say, oh, well, maybe you should pay your taxes. Then go pay your taxes, you see. But it's letting it happen, and then whatever comes up for you to do that. That's living a natural and spontaneous life contentedly, doing what's there for you to do. Don't make stuff up. Okay, don't make up more problems. Okay, 24. God, the cosmic soul, is not influenced or restricted by karma. This is the good stuff I was talking about. God, the cosmic soul, is not influenced or restricted by karma. Sutra 25. God's omniscience is unsurpassed. Meaning he's everything, or it's everything. Transcending time, God is the guru of the ancient teachers. The evidential aspect of God is Om. 28. One should vocally and mentally chant Om, attentively listening to it, meditatively contemplate it, to comprehend its real nature and identify with it. 29. By meditation on God, all obstacles are removed and the reality of God is realized. God is not influenced or restricted by karma. When you realize that you're God, you are not influenced or restricted by karma. You see, that's the point. Because right now, your habits and your tendencies, that's your karma. Sure, it's brought over from past lives or whatever, but those are the things that have been sustained either from the time you were born until now or from thousands of past lives or whatever. It's a pattern that has been sustained because either you have not changed it, because you didn't know about it, because you just let it keep playing itself out within you. And when you do that, you're identified with the karma, you're identified with the changes. But by meditating in a way that you can realize that God is you, you are in God, God is in you, everything is God, then you become free of your karma. You become free of your tendencies, you become free of the suffering, you become free of everything. And that's liberated while living. And when you're liberated while you're alive, when you die, you're still liberated. And then if you decide to become born again, you're still liberated, you see. That's why being liberated now is the point. Once you're liberated now, you're always liberated. Now, if you heard here, we were talking about the evidential aspect of God is Om. Now, a lot of you think of Om as, the little symbol or something you chant. But Om can actually be experienced. And tonight, during the meditation portion, I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'll just tell you about it now. When you meditate, after you use a technique, whether it be mantra, breath awareness, and you get relatively still, sometimes you can hear within your head or around your skull like a hum or a ringing sound or a buzzing, or sometimes it's a squeal. But anyway, it's a constant tone that you hear in and around your head. And when you start listening to that, that is one of the first aspects of Om, the Om vibration, the actual vibration of consciousness. And when you meditate on that, and you're able to sustain your attention on this sound, that becomes a self-manifesting mantra for you. So it's not a Sanskrit mantra, it's a self-manifesting thing to give your attention to. And the more you listen to it, it gets deeper, or it pulls you deeper, it changes, until eventually you hit a point when you're aware of nothing else except this constant, deep, it becomes almost like an oceanic type sound. It's a lot of fun. And when you are attuned to that, you are, in a sense, attuned to this evidential aspect of God. And when you are attuned to that, you eventually merge in God. You see, this comes from God, Om comes from God, and by following it back to the source, you realize your oneness with God, or the divine. And by doing that, you instantly wake up. A lot of people have said, yogis, if you do one practice at all, simply by listening to this vibration running around your head and merging with it, that's all you need to do to fully wake up. So this is a good practice to have. And once you're able to do that repeatedly, it's like you are, imagine if you have like a stain in some clothing, and you have to wash it a few times to get the stain out. The ignorance that you have that thinks that you're just this little person that's suffering and trying to make things happen, it's ignorance, avidya. The more you experience this cosmic sound current and this clarity of awareness, that ignorance gets bleached out. That ignorance gets washed out. And eventually, it's just you, clean soul, one with God, living out your life here on the earth. Now, last time I asked if there were any questions. And my wife was here, and she said I didn't wait very long for anyone to actually ask any questions. So what I'd like to do is just take a moment before I jump into some more stuff here, and hear your thoughts, your comments, your questions about anything we've talked about so far.
So once you experience samadhi during a meditation, does it have to be during a seated meditation that you experience it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So,
well, no, I didn't mean as in yes, I meant keep going.
Well, that's one question, I guess.
If you have to experience in seated meditation?
Yes, to experience samadhi, do you need to be seated in meditation, or?
No, and the reason I say that is because some of you have heard me talk about this before. My first experience of it was not in seated meditation. I had been in a meditation retreat all week long, and it was down in Georgia, and I lived in West Virginia, so I had an 8-hour drive back home. And 2 hours away from home, I stopped to get gas.